Coral Springs police arresting a man for calling 911 all for a video prank.
The police chief says this was no laughing matter.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 hidden camera pranks gone wrong.
So we have a lot of money right here. We're gonna be running around in front of people and making it seem like we just got done robbing a bank.
For this list, we'll be looking at the craziest cases where a practical joke that was presumably filmed mainly using hidden or strategically placed devices resulted in negative consequences. We're considering anything that got a little wild, even if things ended up okay in the end. Did we miss any other hidden camera gaffes? Let us know in the comments below. Number 20. A PS4 Takes a swim. A YouTuber, Pretty Boy Fredo, learned firsthand revenge is a dish best served on camera. He pranked his girlfriend Jasmine one too many times, and she took it upon herself to get back at him, or rather, his PS4.
I got him a new PlayStation because his old one's going in the pool.
After a long day of watching him game, Jasmine calmly unplugged his console, walked outside, and chucked it right into their swimming pool. Of course, she brought a new one to replace it with, but she failed to consider that the new console wouldn't carry over Fredo's hard drive of games and saved files.
But I got you a new one.
Oh, baby! Oh my God!
All of that is gone. It's hard to be too mad at her, though, considering she really didn't know any better. Number 19. Impersonating a cop. For all the internet traffic this caused, the actual prank video was seemingly never even posted. Sure, Charles Ross's channel is no stranger to all sorts of crazy, questionable hijinks. His stints have even gotten him arrested on more than one occasion.
You just filmed that?
But this one proved too much for even Ross's channel. As a so-called April Fool's joke, he put on a sergeant's clothing and tried to give someone a parking ticket. The woman was having none of it, though, and soon enough, the actual authorities got involved. Surprise, surprise, impersonating a cop is a felony with some very serious consequences.
These are immature actions by an adult who should know better.
Despite that, Ross has moved past the incident and is still active on YouTube to this day. Number 18. The spirit bomb blows.
I call upon the trees and the water, the sun and the moon, and the stars, the plants and the animals, all living things. Share me your power.
They say life imitates art, but this one might take that idea a bit too far. See, in Dragon Ball Z, Goku defeats his nemesis Frieza through the uber-powerful spirit bomb technique. YouTuber Changmin tried to recreate that in a college lecture, complete with costumes and a bouncy ball. The issue? His Goku didn't have a good aim like his anime counterpart. Instead of blasting Frieza away, Changmin's spirit bomb ricocheted off the ceiling and nailed an innocent student's laptop.
Go into the transmission, we're out of here!
Based on the sound it made, it'll probably take more than a few bucks to repair. Yeah, it's safe to say this isn't the live-action remake people had in mind. Number 17. Breaking Bad breaks down. Even drug lords need to eat. So, thanks to some convincing costumes and set design, these delivery drivers are led to believe they're bringing food into an active lab.
As long as you didn't see nothing.
I don't see nothing. You didn't see nothing?
Nothing.
I don't see nothing.
Nothing. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
To really sweeten the deal, YouTubers Nelk got someone in a cop outfit to do a fake raid on the compound at a few points. For what it's worth, most of the drivers laughed it off, especially once Nelk paid them for the inconvenience. But the final guy wasn't so enthused. He lashed out, got violent with the fake cop, and had to be restrained before he hurt anyone else.
It's a prank show, dude. Just calm down.
Number 16. Grand Theft YouTube. On a channel named Top Notch Idiots, it shouldn't be too surprising that some videos aren't completely thought out. For example, when they pretended to steal strangers' cars, they'd lure the owner out with some fib about their vehicle.
I'm gonna take some rest, okay? Just give me like 2 hours.
And then hop in the driver's seat and lock the door. But instead of explaining the joke from inside the safe, locked car, the prankster decided to milk the concept by making a run for it. In the end, all it did was put him on the receiving end of a very real fight.
Look, I got you some extra workout, bro. Think it in a positive way.
Thankfully, the car owner realized it was a ruse before any real damage was done. Number 15. Please don't stop the music. In the name of a sponsorship deal with a headphone company, Bass TV decided to take to the streets with a pair of scissors.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious now, bro?
I'm actually trying.
You know where I'm from, bro?
No, where are you from?
They come up to unsuspecting bystanders and snip their wired earbuds before rewarding them with a new and improved pair. But they didn't always have time to explain before things got physical. The tricksters were shoved, called names, and threatened with a whole lot more.
Hey, I'm not playing with you, bro. You done broke my headphones. I need my money right now.
So what are you gonna do about it?
I need my money right now, bro.
Quite frankly, it's a miracle none of their victims followed through. As it turns out, new headphones are the silver bullet to de-escalate any arguments, at least the kind involving snipped earbuds. Number 14, home invasion. As a general rule of thumb, pranks that involve breaking into someone's house aren't that funny.
I think it's a terrible idea, but let's do it. He always said too.
That's doubly true if that person is a trained veteran with understandable reason to react with violence, even if they're your friend. Basically, there's a million reasons not to pull this kind of stunt, and they're all on display in this ill-conceived video. As you can imagine, the prank didn't go over well, culminating in a keyboard being smashed into someone's head, and not the veterans.
You're an idiot.
Hopefully, that probable bruise teaches everyone involved that messing with trained professionals is not a good idea. Number 13, mall prank gone wrong. This hidden camera prank ended with someone in the hospital and another behind bars.
A target of his newest stunt became so enraged, he allegedly pulled out a semi-automatic pistol and shot Tanner Cook in the stomach.
YouTuber Tanner Cook earned himself a decently sized following doing all sorts of eye-rolling pranks on strangers. But in 2023, he tried to trick the wrong person. In the middle of a silly ruse involving Google Translate, mall-goer Alan Coley repeatedly asked Cook to back off. When that didn't work, Coley took out a weapon and opened fire. Cook's wounds were not fatal, but the incident brought him and Coley into a highly controversial court case. Needless to say, it's likely this video will never see the light of day.
Now comes word that local prosecutors are considering charging Tanner Cook.
Number 12, not so sexy. Relationships are built on trust, right? Well, this guy Shane's willingness to try on a blindfold got him seriously pranked. At first, he and a girl named Brianna are doing their thing. They're kissing, caressing, having a good time. You get the picture. Then suddenly, it's not the girl caressing him anymore. It's channel star fatalism.
Bro, were you just touching me? Who else did, bro? That ain't even funny.
The ruse doesn't last long, but Shane still isn't happy about it, and he makes that displeasure known with one hell of a smack. Fatalism immediately drops, and we don't blame him. At a certain point, you have to wonder if the video was worth all the pain.
It's just a prank, chill.
That's not even funny, Brianna.
Number 11, not for the faint of heart. On paper, there's nothing wrong with giving FouseyTube, aka Yusuf, a taste of his own hijinks. However, this incident wound up scary for all the wrong reasons. When Yusuf discovered a Samara from the ring-looking girl in his apartment, he didn't just freak out, he completely fainted.
Yusuf! Yusuf!
We're not talking about a light fall into a couch either. This was a drop to the floor, unconscious kind of fainting. Even once Yusuf woke up and discovered it was all a joke, he couldn't help but hyperventilate. It's clear that to him, this went way beyond the impact of a mere prank.
Hey, no, hey, hold on, we were just, it was just, honestly, it was just.
Bro, at least turn off the camera, please.
Number 10, feet off the shoes.
What's going on, guys? This is Dennis CTV.
And today, we're stepping on Jordans in the hood.
Let's see if we die.
It's videos like this that make you really wonder what goes on in some YouTube pranksters' heads. After all, when you go around dirtying up people's shoes by stepping on them, what do you expect to happen? The obvious answer is nothing good. Yet despite the risks, Dennis C spent time making a video where he and a friend do just that. Perhaps unsurprisingly, most of the runtime is full of the guys being hit or shoved while crying out things like, "It was a joke."
Yeah, it was a joke. 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 I'm joking. Yo, please don't hit me.
Since they don't even clean off the shoes in the end, something tells us that explanation didn't get them very far. Number 9, a different kind of Coke.
Hello, I'm calling because I see like weird, suspicious activities at a gas station.
Jason Sid and his friends called the cops as a dumb joke, and in the end, he was the one who ended up in handcuffs. In what can only be described as the bad idea to end all bad ideas, Sid and company contacted the police to report suspicious activity. When officers arrived at the scene, they were directed to check the trunk, and indeed, they discovered that there was a whole lot of Coke in their vehicle. Coca-Cola, that is. Sid found it funny enough to post on his channel, but he probably wasn't laughing when the police later arrested him for misusing 911.
The chief of police says he was personally offended by the waste of resources. Sid is now apologizing for his actions.
Number 8, Chile Reception. Roman Atwood spent the start of 2013 walking around with a cooler of fake snow. He and his bud pretended to dump it on people, only for nothing to come out. It was a harmless gag that most bystanders were good sports about.
Here we go.
However, the snow was a bit too convincing for some. When Atwood jokingly dumped it on one passerby, the shock sent the man to the ground with chest pains.
Oh, get my phone. Hey, get my phone.
The camera was promptly cut as Atwood rushed to call 911. Fortunately, an update in the video's description confirmed that the victim was okay. Number 7, Toothpaste Oreo. This might be the only time that Oreos have landed someone in serious legal trouble.
A YouTuber based in Barcelona, Spain is facing jail time for his video where he forced a homeless man to eat toothpaste-filled Oreos. Yes, you heard that correctly.
In 2017, Reset stealthily took a video where he gave an unhoused man Oreos, except, unbeknownst to the man, all the cream had been swapped with toothpaste. Afterwards, Reset even tried to crack an insensitive joke about the whole thing.
The video is now deleted, but according to George L., he threw up right after he ate the Oreos.
Upon uploading the quote-unquote prank, Reset endured a vicious wave of backlash, and the court of public opinion wasn't even his biggest issue. Later, he stepped into an actual courtroom where he was sentenced to 15 months in jail, though the sentence slightly got suspended. As part of the verdict, Reset's YouTube channel was shut down for a period. Number 6. A killer prank call. This one starts out, as many pranks do, with an innocuous request. Risky Rob just went around asking to borrow a few strangers' phones.
My phone ran out of battery. I was wondering if I could use yours. Somebody has to pick me up.
Nothing too sinister, right? However, he then pretended to call an assassin and ordered a hit on his girlfriend. Far-fetched or not, many weren't too pleased about potentially being accessories to murder. One guy in particular was ready to let his fist do the talking and wrestled Rob all the way to the ground. He was winding up for a punch right before the truth of the prank came out. If Rob had just been a few seconds slower, he would have had a good shiner to go with his video.
Hey, dude, we're filming a prank! We're filming a prank! We're filming a prank! Relax, relax. We're filming a prank. We're filming a prank, man. Oh my God, you dropped my lavalier and everything.
Number 5. Fast Food Bandit. Picture this. You're out and about, minding your own business, and decide to grab some grub. Then all of a sudden, this guy comes up and takes the food right off your plate. All the while, he's talking to you like nothing's wrong.
He literally just took a sip of your drink.
I did not. Why are you lying?
That's what Yusuf, or Fousey Tube, did, and in his defense, it did lead to some hilarious reactions. Some couldn't believe it, some got mad, and one girl even tried to make him wear her ice cream. However, one guy took it a step further and actually punched Yusuf right in the face.
What?
Yusuf laughed it off, but it just goes to show you why you never get between a man and his pizza. Number 4. Not So Stoked. Instead of whoopee cushions or jump scares, the Stokes twins decided to pull a prank like none other, faking a bank robbery.
This was not a prank. This was criminal activity.
It featured ski masks, bags of money, and the whole shebang. They even included an innocent Uber driver who was then questioned as a suspected accomplice. The brothers were eventually confronted by police and thoroughly chewed out for disturbing the peace. But despite that, they went out and did the same prank again.
The prank happened last October, but the twins were just charged with false imprisonment and falsely reporting an emergency.
This time, rather than just a warning, the twins got a year of probation and 160 hours of community service each, among other things. The original video has reportedly since been deleted. Number 3. Hiccup in the Heist. In broad daylight on a busy street, these two YouTubers decided it would be a good idea to stage an ATM robbery. You can probably guess where this is going.
What you've just witnessed is a dangerous prank staged by 3 stupid young men.
The fake holdup looked plenty real to the onlookers, many of whom leapt into action with force. The faux criminal got roughed up a bit, admitted it was a prank, and then the tricksters reset to do it all over again. But eventually, their scam attracted the wrong person. Thinking it was a real robbery, one intervening bystander punched the prankster hard enough to mess his nose up. After something like that, the words, "it's just a prank," arguably feel hollow.
Time will tell whether a broken nose and a trip to the surgeon's operating table will change their mind.
Number 2. Punchline. It takes a lot of confidence to march up to a stranger and ask if they want to kiss your ass.
I go bend over, just pucker up, then you just...
Sure, it was all a silly wordplay joke in the end, except not everyone waited long enough to see the donkey object he was actually referring to. In the case of the last guy in Simple Misfits video, he swung first and asked questions later. It all happens pretty fast, but the bottom line is that this YouTuber was suddenly missing a piece of his lower lip. After a doctor's visit and some stitches, here's hoping this guy's learned to get to the punchline a bit quicker.
Just a prank, dude. Hey.
Damn.
Oh, dude, you alright?
Yeah, wait, did I get punched?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. What are you looking for? It's an incredibly simple question, one that probably wouldn't even merit the word prank in most cases.
They probably gonna think we step into them, but we just got this map and we're gonna try to give them directions.
As if to prove it, the reactions in this video range from disinterested to outright confused, all except for one person's. When the YouTuber stops the guy's car to ask what he's looking for, the man responds by unloading his weapon right then and there.
Hey bro, it's a prank, bro! Hey bro, it's a prank!
It's a good thing the YouTuber was as fast as he was, otherwise things could have ended badly. For his part, the shooter got over it remarkably fast, and even shouted out his own social media. We'll take a shout out over bloodshed any day.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.